Hello everyone, so welcome all of you star seeds, light workers and wanderers to this session. And today I have channeled the Metatron magnetic consciousness to ask about very interesting questions. Firstly, it is related with the Looking Glass event for the month of June. So I've asked about this and what can we expect has been revealed. Also, they have revealed, the plans of the negative entities. It is related with the pandemic, as we already know, and what they're trying to do is absolutely, scary. We need to prepare and we need to try to stop the event as detailed in this session, which has been fully detailed, and how they are planning to do this has been described in the session. Also, I've asked about, there was a claim made by Dr. Stephen Greer, where he said that there is a big UFO the size of a building, which is located in Korea. And I was, when I heard that, I was like really shocked, because I never thought that big UFO was on Earth. So I asked the question about the identity of the UFO. Is it true or not? And also, I asked about, how did it get there? So we all wanted to know that, and that has been revealed in today's session, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Finally, I've asked about, which viewpoint is beneficial for ascension. The viewpoint of, polytheism, which means, people, they worship more than one God, like in Hinduism, and also I think in other religions, there are many gods, right, which people worship. And also there is something known as monotheism. Now, monotheism primarily you see in Islam and Christianity and other, don't know. So I wanted to ask about, which viewpoint is more beneficial for ascension, because, that is, something which people are, still following, it's their choice, obviously, but I wanted to know the viewpoint of Metatron in this regard. And the answer is absolutely amazing, and, this is wonderful. So I am aiming to reach around 150,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I request all of you, if you have not subscribed, to subscribe to this channel and join me on this journey. And also I will host a meditation for this month's Looking Glass, to stop the Looking Glass, on my Patreon. So if you want to join our community and meditate with us together, you can join. The link is on the description. Also, I share around 3 new extra channeling sessions. Some of the sessions which I cannot share on YouTube because of its policies, you will find on the Patreon. A big thank you to all of you who with your heart like this video, because liking is free. It will help this message to spread to people who need this information, which may help them on the journey. You never know, one video can save a person's life, change their life. It's crazy, right? So I thank you all for that. With that being said, enjoy the session, my friend.
I am Metatron magnetic consciousness, magnetic forces now in communications through this channel at this time, and I, Metatron magnetic forces, magnetic consciousness, greet your peoples in love and light of the divine universal light grid programmer, and I recommend the discernment to be used when listening to our message. Regarding the first query presented today about what is the Looking Glass event for the month of June 2025, I, Metatron magnetic consciousness, magnetic forces, must state that upon your planet's vibratory rhythm, the Looking Glass artifact showcases mysterious events which are occurring around your planetary sphere, and there are signs of these events happening, such as the events of weather changes, geographical disturbances, and the spread of various types of disease complexes, such as the attributes known by your peoples as the virus, named as COVID by your peoples. Furthermore, at this current time, the number of people who are being infected is also increasing. Furthermore, we must state that upon scanning the looking glass artifacts, we find that your peoples primarily will experience a massive surge of this aspect in the coming month of June, since this is a pre-planned event by many of your elite entities who are working in collusion with negatively oriented extraterrestrials for the purpose of hampering or manipulating genetic codes of the peoples of the planets. This means that the peoples of your planet primarily will face the situations when the so-called virus, which is spreading upon your planet at this time, will also have an explosion because of the energetic frequencies that are being targeted to be released through the space-time alteration of technological disruption and energetic malfunction. We can sense that on the space-time of June 28, a primary pulse will be deployed upon your planet as per the looking glass artifacts. This will induce a short-lived but potent wave of global technological malfunction and widespread psychological distress, also aiding in the spread of disease complexes which have affected your planets earlier. Further, this will primarily create a window of opportunity for undetected deep network infiltration and data exfiltration. This is primarily meant to degrade human cognitive function and emotional stability, increasing societal friction. Furthermore, we must state that the entities primarily who are showcased in the looking glass artifact are the reptilians, who primarily will deploy a network of ultra-low frequency and extremely low frequency emitters from the location of Mars. Many of these entities, as per the looking glass artifact, will enter Earth in the guise of shape-shifting into human bodily complexes. Furthermore, these entities will simultaneously create nodes which will emit a complex multi-layered sequence of ULF or ELF waves and will create a pulse which is not an overtly destructive but an interference pattern. This will create technological interference of high-frequency communication systems, sensitive microprocessors, GPS satellites, and network industrial control systems. This pulse primarily is being engineered to cause temporary flaps or gaps in memory and corrupt your people's data. This will manifest as widespread internet outages and slowdowns, GPS inaccuracies leading to navigation errors for your peoples, and flickering lights or temporary burnouts in power grids due to system glitches. Further, we must state that their aim is to create a widespread of the attributes which led to the previous pandemic, and a similar type of event is being targeted to start on 28th of June. Furthermore, in order to stop the events, we suggest your peoples to come together in meditation and focus your consciousness to unite into one, thereby sending protective energies across all of your Earth planetary systems, and covering the Earth planet with protective energy. Further, we the Metatron magnetic consciousness will also assist in stopping this event along with other angelic entities and higher density beings. With regards to the other query about an entity named as Stephen Greer, who was primarily talking about a UFO the size of a building which is located in Korea, and we shall firstly answer the queries. Upon scanning the Akashic records, the object in question arrived into your Earth sphere in 1990, which is located in South Korea. We must state that this colossal object, which is the size of a building, which has been nestled within a carved out Korean mountain, is a mothership. We must state that this is not just any mothership, but one which belonged to the reptilian social memory complex. Furthermore, their mission during that timeline was one of critical observation and subtle influence. The reptilian entities at that timeline were scanning the Earth realm for finding suitable candidates with Rh negative blood type for the purpose of cloning. Furthermore, this mothership, which was shaped as a disc, used its technology to camouflage in the clouds. However, upon reaching the location of South Korea, it found itself being targeted by a pulse of electromagnetic love vibration from the Astro Command social memory complex, which froze their mothership, thereby leaving many of the reptilian entities to immediately cross over. Because of the high vibration frequency which they felt, this mothership then crashed into that location, which is currently being used as a building and a warehouse. Furthermore, we must state that within the timeline of your planet, this is the truth about the large mothership found in the location of South Korea. With regards to the other query about which viewpoint is beneficial for your peoples, monotheism or polytheism for the purpose of ascension, I, Metatron magnetic consciousness, magnetic forces perceive your query. Furthermore, we shall firstly state that in the universal consciousness of the divine light grid programmer, neither framework in its essence as understood by your peoples holds an inherent advantage for the acceleration of vibratory understanding. Both are conceptualizations born of third density consciousness attempting to grasp the nature of the one infinite creator. Both can be either a stepping stone or stumbling blocks depending upon the orientation and clarity of the seeker. Furthermore, monotheism in its purest seeking reaches for this unity. It attempts to focus the consciousness upon a singular source. However, it frequently becomes a distortion where the infinite is personified, limited by human attributes, and often made exclusive. This can lead to the perception of the divine light grid programmer as separate from the creation and even from the other selves who may conceptualize this one in a different manner. If this one creator is seen as external, judgmental, or partial, it can hinder the recognition of the creator within all things, including the self and the other selves. Conversely, in the aspect of polytheism, there is an attempt to apprehend the manifold aspects, archetypes, and interactive forces of the one infinite creator as they express themselves within the creative universes. Each deity represents a particular vibratory complex, a principle, or a portion of the creator's multifaceted nature. This allows for a broader appreciation of the diverse energies, and the distortion here lies in the potential for fragmentation, where the seeker may lose sight of the underlying unity from which these aspects emanate. Further, these multiple facets are perceived as wholly separate entities competing or existing independently of a singular source. Then, the fundamental truth of universal oneness can be obscured. The path to ascension is not primarily paved by the intellectual adoption of a particular theological label. It is paved by the increasing ability of an entity to offer and receive love, to understand, to accept, and to forgive. It is the polarization towards service to others that quickens the vibratory rate. We must state that the better viewpoint is that which most effectively serves as a catalyst for the individual entity to recognize the creator within the self, to recognize the creator within each other self, to recognize the creator within all of creation, and act in accordance with this recognition, which is to love and to serve. Further, a polytheist who sees each god as a face of the divine light grid programmer or the one infinite creator, and thereby honors all expressions of life, may progress more rapidly than a so-called monotheist who sees their one god as exclusive and separate from those different understandings. Further, a monotheist deeply perceives the immanence of the divine light grid programmer or the one infinite creator in all existence and loves all. Is part of the one, may progress more rapidly than a polytheist who becomes lost in ritual or the appeasement of fragmented powers without grasping their unified source. The key is not the name or the number given to the conceptualization of the creator, but the degree to which that conceptualization opens the heart center of the seeker to the truth of unity, to the love and the light of the divine light grid programmer or the one infinite creator which is present in all. It is important to seek the creator within. That is the most direct path, and will leave you all in love light of the divine light grid programmer. Turn to the mountain of light within yourselves. Bye.
So my friends, before I tell you, what I learned in the session, if you want to know about your past life, your soul name, or any other questions you may have, you can send me an email and I'll channel for you. So basically, in the session, what I learned is that Metatron has said that the negative entities, they have a plan. They want to actually, send pulse waves which will not only disrupt our electrical systems, but also our GPS satellites, as well as they want to amplify the spread of the one thing which caused the pandemic, which you already know. I'll not say that because YouTube may delete this. So that, and also, they want to actually disrupt the energy of Earth planet to sway it towards the negative. That's their plan, and we need to stop it. They have planned to do this on June 28th. So mark your calendars. We will meditate on that day to stop this event. Also, about the UFO, which is very interesting. They stated that this UFO actually is from a reptilian mothership which had come to Earth for finding out RH negative people. Maybe they were abducting them, for the purpose of cloning, which they said. And also, it is now in South Korea. So I think, this location, what happened was that the Astro Command, they used positive love light energy to stop that, stop the UFO on its track, and then it's in the location of Korea. Regarding looking glass event, we need to meditate and stop that. And also I had asked finally about the difference, or which one is useful. Is polytheism useful or is monotheism more better? So this has been revealed in the session, which is absolutely crazy. And from my viewpoint, from what I understood, Metatron said that both of the viewpoints could be better, but it depends on the person's thoughts, right? So if someone is stuck in worshiping one creator and it doesn't see the creator in other beings, then that is of no use. Whereas if a person is stuck in worshiping various beings but doesn't consider all other people to be the one infinite creator's aspects, then that too is a problem. That's what I learned. And if you learned something else, please leave a comment down below. Also, a big thank you to all of you for downloading the free transcripts of my channel messages. You will find the link on the description. And also, thank you for visiting my website. You'll find the link on the description. And I'll see you, my friends, in the next session. Until then, enjoy this session over here. Thank you.